Welcome friends, if you have an older vehicle like this one, things are bound to start going wrong. Well, this 17-year-old beauty still runs pretty good, but just recently the steering has been having this problem. There's a lot of play in the steering wheel, and I don't know if you can hear the little clicking sound, but it's definitely there. So we took a look under the hood, and the culprit is the steering U-joint. Now if you can see down here, the steering shaft comes through this little rubber boot. Almost impossible to reach from here, but luckily there's another access point located right behind the gas pedal.
The next couple minutes I'm going to have to illustrate by pictures because the SD card of my GoPro went haywire. To gain access to the U-joint, simply push in the plastic tabs. If you try to pull the boot off from the interior of the car, these little tabs would probably break off and be almost impossible to get back in. Now for about 3 days before I started this project, I soaked this whole shaft and U-joint with WD-40. The steering shaft might need a few taps with a small hammer to loosen it, but make sure you don't turn the steering shaft. Go ahead and pull it out. You will notice both of the ends of the shafts are oblong, so the U-joint can only fit in this direction. Remove the bottom bolt, and you may have to tap it lightly with a hammer to break it loose.
Okay, as you see, here's the old part, and here's the new part.
After I removed the old U-joint, I placed it up against the new part and saw that the bottom was oriented 90 degrees off from the original. So I took it back to the auto parts store just to make sure it was the right part, and they said it was the correct replacement. Now the new steering U-joint did not come with bolts, and I just assumed that the old bolts would fit in. Of course they did not. So then I had to run back to the automotive parts store, and they said they do not carry that new bolt. So of course then I had to run to another that actually had nuts and bolts and found the correct one. So when purchasing the new steering U-joint, please make sure that new bolts come with it.
So now we're just going to put it back on in the reverse order. We're going to put the bottom in first and bolt it in. Now the bottom went on with no problem as long as the bolt was not put in first. So now we'll put the bottom bolt in. The bottom bolt is now tightened, so now let's go for the top. And now for the top bolt. Okay, here we go. She's in place. Now let's put the boot back down. For right now, I'm not going to push this all the way in. I just want to give her a test drive. And the verdict is in. Steerability 100%.
Thanks for watching. I hope this has saved you some money by doing it yourself. Please check out my other videos.